Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. If you're watching this video, go ahead and smash that like button, guys. YouTube has made likes more important than anything. So make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that sub button as well. In our first story of the day, we actually have a physique update from brandoncurry, and I'll just go ahead and let you guys know. Brandon said in the caption of this video that this is actually not recent, but I feel like Brandon is just sending a message or just a reminder to the competitors that he is coming in and he is coming to win that Arnold Classic. But I'm not exactly sure when this update of brandoncurry was. It may have been before the Mr. Olympia, but I think just me personally, it was probably a little after the Mr. Olympia. Brandon looks so full and huge here. His legs honestly look insane, man. And if Brandon can bring anything close to this to the Arnold Classic stage, he's definitely going to win. I mean, this is definitely Brandon's show to lose. If Brandon doesn't win this show, it'll be a shock to the entire bodybuilding world. But I'm pretty sure brandoncurry is going to come in and win this show. Brandoncurry has a Mr. Olympia winning physique. He has won the Mr. Olympia, has been runner-up at the Mr. Olympia for the past 2 years as well. Matter of fact, if any of you guys believe that anyone can take out brandoncurry at the Arnold Classic, please let me know in the comment section below. But pretty much ever since it's been announced that Brandon was doing the Arnold, he was pretty much the favorite to win the show, which it should be. And William Bonac is the favorite for a lot of people to come in second, but to some people, Brett Wilkin. But once again, I just feel like brandoncurry is just sending a reminder to the competitors that he will be at the Arnold Classic and he is coming to win, so they can start the fight for second and third place, man. And I'm very excited that brandoncurry is doing the Arnold Classic. I made a video a little earlier about Hunter Labrada should do the Arnold because he has one of the most aesthetic physiques out of the top 5 at the Mr. Olympia, but Brandon is even better. So in our next story of the day, we're actually going to talk about Rafael Brandao, and this was actually posted up on his Instagram today, so it may be recent, it may not be, but we're going to assume it is. But Rafa, it was actually reported on RX Muscle by Chris Aceto that Rafa wasn't going to do the Arnold Classic just because he wants to actually take some time off and make some noise at this year's Mr. Olympia. He needs to put some size on and make some improvements. And just from the time that he just did about 2 or 3 shows in Europe, he hasn't really had much time off to improve, so he may bring something close to the same package, if anything a little more conditioned. But actually in the caption of this post, he said go March at the end of it, so I'm not sure if Rafa is in or out. I messaged a very reliable bodybuilding news source and he said Rafa is still out as far as he knows. So as far as we know, guys, Rafael Brandao is not competing in the Arnold Classic, but this is an incredible physique update from him nevertheless. And in our next story, we're actually going to take a look at Breon Ansley, man, who is looking insane. And I know I haven't put out the predictions yet, but Breon is my pick to win the Arnold Classic in the Classic Physique division. Now, as you guys know, I am a huge Breon fan. And I'm not just being completely biased because I know that on paper, of course, Terrence Ruffin should beat Breon Ansley, and he probably will. He has been for the past 2 years, but I'm really hoping that Breon will be able to push him. And with these updates I'm seeing, Breon is honestly looking better and better. His waist is seeming like it's honestly getting smaller. I don't know if Breon is getting wider, but also it looks like Breon has more fullness in his legs. Granted, we are still about 5 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. His legs were a little thin, I guess you could say, or maybe he did a little bit too much cardio, but his legs weren't as full as they usually are at this year's Mr. Olympia. And for some reason, you know, the smaller looking legs is more of a classic look, but as the Anabolic Chicken says, for some reason seems like the Classic Physique judges have somewhat of a quad fetish. So Breon comes in with those fuller quads, he may be able to push Terrence and hopefully win. Both of these guys are going to bring world-class posing routines to the Arnold Classic stage. I can guarantee you guys that. And if you guys don't know, Breon did win the first Arnold Classic for the Classic Physique division. So very, very excited to see what Breon is going to do with this Arnold Classic. In our next story of the day, we have a physique update from Alex Cambronero. Now, to my knowledge, Alex is not competing in the Arnold Classic in the Classic Physique division. However, he has been posting multiple physique updates and hashtagging the Arnold Classic in his captions. Now, if you guys know something that I don't know, please let me know. And I haven't seen an update on the Arnold Sports Instagram page or anywhere else for Alex being in the competition, but I'm not sure if it's safe to assume he's in the Arnold Classic, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be there. But if not, guys, just real quick, I believe Alex placed 6th at this year's Mr. Olympia, and I haven't touched on him much because he honestly isn't talked about too much in the bodybuilding YouTube world. But I honestly believe that Alex should have placed 4th over Ramon Dino and Urs Kalasinski at the 2021 Mr. Olympia. Don't know if I mentioned that to you guys. I actually really like this guy's physique. So if Alex shows up at this year's Arnold Classic, I will probably have him in my top 3. Just letting you guys know. And in our next update of the day, we have a physique update from Brett Wilkin at 5.5 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. Now, we talked about every single picture that Brett has put up during his prep, but this is the most impressive yet, man. Brett looks so tight, so conditioned, and just so balanced all over, and still has 5 weeks to go. And this is going to be a very impressive Brett Wilkin, man. But I'm not sure if he's going to do like Nick Walker and come in, maybe place as high as 2nd or 3rd. Or I'm not sure if he's going to place around like 5th or 6th. But probably just going into the show, guys, that we have to respect the veterans and we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. So probably going into the predictions, I may not have Brett as high. But once again, just like Nick Walker, I hope he comes in and shock me. But I'm just one of those guys. I have to just go with the veterans, man, because they've just been here. But seeing this update of Brett, man, really has me thinking, can Brett place as high as 2nd at the Arnold Classic? I believe he can, but can Brett really do it? Can Brett Wilkin really show up at the Arnold Classic and maybe be in a top 2 call-out with brandoncurry? Is it really possible? And one guy that I really want to see Brett Wilkin next to is Justin Rodriguez. And that is because, the only knock against Brett, which of course isn't putting him down in any way, Brett is slightly narrow, and Justin is as wide as a house. So I'm really excited to see how these two guys are going to stack up against each other, man. And honestly, these guys could be fighting for their 2nd place spot, maybe even the 3rd place spot. Got to give a respect to William Bonek, the veteran, of course. But these recent updates from Justin, man, every update he's put up just has me very, very excited about what he's going to bring to the stage. And in this pose, he should honestly fix his posing just a little bit to show more lead. His lead on the right does look a little thin. But Justin, if you're watching this video, man, I'm really excited to see you at the Arnold Classic, man. Show up and show out. And in our last physique update of the day, we have a physique update from Quinn Araya, also known as Quinn Beastwood. And once again, guys, I'm not sure if Quinn is going to compete this season or not, or if he's going to take this season off to just kind of grow more. But as we all know, Quinn has probably the most potential in the IFBB and one of the best structures. So I'll keep you guys updated on him and what he posts, but definitely very excited to see what he can do in the future, man. He just needs a little more mass and just going to take a little time to get that muscle maturity, because a lot of the guys he compete against are just going to be competing against are just so hard and grainy, man. He's definitely going to need that grainy look. But that's going to be the video for today, you guys. I hope you did indeed enjoy it, man. Seems like bodybuilding is picking up. It was a lot to talk about today, but like this video once again, because likes are more important than anything. Sub to the channel. If you guys want to support me or anything I'm associated with, all the links are below in the description. I'm out.